the reigning ACC Player of the Week, sitting to my right, and my favorite Heights reporter. So again, it's a pretty solid crowd. So I guess I'll just start by saying that that was a lot of lessons in that game. A lesson about how to give back a lead. When you've got a lead, and we talk about just playing solid basketball, and the only thing that's going to allow them to come back is turning the ball over and giving up threes, and we did both. There's definitely some things to get better at. But what I said to the crowd out there that really impressed me about our players' mental toughness was, the old adage in any sport, really, especially in basketball, is the team that gives up the lead doesn't want to be in overtime. And often they're the ones that come out with low energy, with maybe a little bit of doubt in their mind. Oh, we should have won this game, thinking about the play before. And to all our players' credit, I never saw that look in their eye. All I saw was, we got 5 minutes to focus, lock down, and go play basketball right now. And we did. And again, that's a huge, huge step for our team. So as many learning experiences we got, even from giving back the lead, and I'm disappointed that we didn't finish that game the way I would have wanted to, there's no substitute for being in situations like that and coming through. And again, the woman to my right, again, deserves a ton of credit. She made plays on both ends, and obviously hit huge free throws and a huge backdoor cut. And it's really been fun watching her develop into an upperclassman even in her sophomore year.
Coach, you talked about giving up the lead. How did that happen? It seemed like you guys had control of the game.
It's funny. We were just talking about that. In fact, my athletic director was walking down, congratulating me on having controlled the game for most of the game, and I'm not sure how good that feels as a coach, because when you control the game down the stretch, you should be able to finish it. And as I just said in my opening, I mean, we had some defensive errors coupled with some turnovers on the other end, and that's the recipe to let them come back. But you got to give NC State credit. They hit huge shots. They were well coached. They put us in tough positions. But still, I don't care if they were UConn or Notre Dame. With that lead, we should be able to finish the game and make the plays that we needed to play, and we'll learn from it.
Defense has been a work in progress from the start of the year to this point, but today really seemed to throw NC State off, especially in that first half, and kept Wilson, their top scorer, really out of even getting many shots off. What do you think made the key, and how do you feel about how the zone has developed from early in the year to now?
Yeah, well, and Kelly can speak to it as well. You're starting to see our players make better decisions rather than just playing an area or just sort of playing within the rules. They're playing basketball on both ends. And we say it all the time in coaching. I can draw up all the X's and O's that I want, but at the end of the day, Kelly's got to make the read and go back door, and Karima's got to throw her the ball. And I can't diagram exactly what the defense is going to give you, right? So they've got to be able to make those reads on offense. Well, the same thing happens on defense. Is we can say, in general, guys, this is the way we want to play a screen. But you know what? NC State doesn't always do exactly what we practiced, right? And kids make plays offensively. And so again, Kelly and her teammates, and it's really been fun. That's one of Kelly's biggest improvements is on the defensive end, to become, the player that she's become. Is she's thinking, she's talking, she's making plays. Again, just being able to contest that, that last shot in regulation. We didn't give them, any kind of good look, and so there's been a lot of really, really good defense played around the whole team.
Opportunity to jump and make a block, but you did it. You stayed at bay and were kind of disciplined on the defensive end. And as a coach, you're probably like, what are you doing while she's chasing her down? But she stayed at bay and there was no foul there. It seemed like a big turning point in overtime. So how do you, I guess, practice that or know not to make that decision?
Like you said, it's just being disciplined. In that final timeout before they ran their last play, coach was just stressing no foul, no foul, no foul, no threes. So just being disciplined. We've us as a team, we've had that trouble in the past, fouling shooters. So when we were all running out of that timeout, we just said stay disciplined, stay down on our feet, let the shooter land, and then go into overtime.
3 wins now, Kelly, in the last 4 games. How fun has it been to kind of watch this team grow up over the past few weeks?
It's been a ton of fun. We just gutted out a tough win today. We gutted out a road win at Wake a couple days ago. So we're on the upscale, as you can see. We got a nice chance on Thursday against Syracuse. We can't wait to get them again. So just keep watching. We're going to keep improving, keep working hard in practice, and hopefully get some more wins and skyrocket up in the ACC standings.
Kelly, how does it feel to be in such good form the past couple games? Have you been doing anything different?
Personally, I haven't been doing anything different. The good thing for me and and our shooters is that both Wake and NC State have been going under screens. So us shooters have been having a field day. I haven't seen that kind of space in weeks since ACC play started. So if you see the big grin on my face, that's why, because I'm just getting space, reading the defense, just stepping right behind those screens and knocking down shots.
Coach, it seems like the game against Syracuse seems to be a turning point this season. You ended up beating Duke and have these big wins now. Do you have something against this team coming up?
The question was, do I have anything against Syracuse? No. Coach Q is an awesome guy, and they've got a really, really good team. Do we want to beat them really, really badly? Absolutely we do. And for us, every game is the biggest game of the season. We really prepare for a game. I know it sounds cliche, but we really are one game at a time. Our team was not thinking ahead to Syracuse until that locker room about 5 minutes ago when this game was over. But yes, they're a really, really good team. They're fun to play against because they get up and down. They're going to get after you. They're hard to play against because they pressure you. They try to make your lives difficult. But I'm looking forward to this. It'll be my first time actually in the Carrier Dome, believe it or not. I'm looking forward to that atmosphere. We love playing on the road. I've got a really, really mentally strong and a team with good chemistry, and it's fun to travel with them. We've got a little midweek flight, get up and back, and see what kind of snow is falling in Syracuse. And again, we can't wait to take our game on the road.
What's that?
Great, thanks so much.
Thank you.